Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah.
Hey, gang, welcome back. We got another episode of Raptor Raps. I want to remind you all, though, that the Raptors return home Wednesday, July 29th for a quick three-game series ending on July 1st. But it doesn't really end there because on Saturday, July 2nd at 7 p.m., we got another baseball event. This one's going to be quite fun. As you know, or may not know, on Saturday, July 1st, it is the 30th anniversary of the hit movie, A League of Their Own. That's where the women baseball players played while the men were off fighting in World War II. Based on a true story, it's an entertaining movie, 30 years anniversary, how fast has 30 years gone by. So we're actually going to not show the movie, we're going to actually put two girls teams together and play a game. And I've got two of those girls with us right now. They're going to play for one of the team. We've got Jamie Hamblin and we've got Kelsey Bishop. And just wanted to bring them in and talk for a few minutes and find out what interested them in coming out and play. So we'll start with Kelsey. Again, give us a little background, where you're from, and how your softball, baseball experience.
Sure. Hi, I'm Kelsey Bishop. I grew up in Plain City. I went to Fremont. I currently live in West Weber. After high school, I went to Lamar Community College in Southeast Colorado on softball scholarship. And then I transferred up to Montana State University Billings on a softball scholarship as well, finished out my bachelor's degree. And in between my junior and senior year of college, I came to work for Dave, doing internship stuff, doing ticketing, marketing, national affidavits, everything in between. So what interested me in coming to play was obviously because I worked for Dave and the Raptors doing all that stuff, but this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be the first people or the first team to play in this baseball game, a women's baseball game.
Well, and Kelsey mentioned that she worked for us for a couple of years, and the only reason she only worked a couple of years is because she wasn't good enough to work for a third year. So,
that's rude.
To my right, she knows I'm kidding. To my right is Jamie Hamblin. Jamie, a little background on you, please.
I grew up in Layton. That's my hometown. And I played softball for Layton High. And I just fell in love with the game at an early age. I have memories playing catch with my grandpa, who actually fought in World War II. And I don't know, stepping out on that field, it just takes you back to a time where just time slips away, and I just think of playing catch with my grandpa. And I had like an amazing opportunity to play softball in high school with my sisters. So like the League of Their Own kind of touches home for me because it's about two sisters, and I'm the older sister, and my little sister was younger, and we got to experience that and play.
Well, a little background that you gave me earlier on yourself is that your husband particularly doesn't like the movie.
Oh, no, he likes the movie. I think he's probably just sick of watching it with me so many times.
Okay, so both of you, I'll go back to Kelsey. When you heard, how did you hear about this game? And what made you say, hey, I want to do this?
Well, you called me while I was at work, and you said, I have an idea, and I was like, okay, hit me with it. And when you told me about it, I was like, this is the best idea you've ever had, Dave. And I said, I'm in, let me get the word out. And we had a lot of girls show up to this tryout, and we're all really talented, and it's been so fun just being able to step out on a field and play baseball when we've all played softball our whole lives. So it's been really fun.
Cool. And Jamie, how did you hear about the tryout?
I actually heard about it from the Raptor Raps, your little show here. So yeah.
Yeah, our little nothing show here.
I watch it.
I appreciate that. We have one viewer, Kevin. We know we have one viewer for our little show here. So you came out to the tryout. What was that like for you?
It was very nerve-wracking for me because I felt like a lot of the girls knew each other. So I was just like kind of the lone wolf. I didn't know anybody. And so I was like, oh boy. And I'm probably like one of the oldest ones out on that field. So I was like, I don't know if this girl can still throw. I don't know if this girl can still hit. But we're going to give it a go. And my husband actually encouraged me to go out there. And
cool.
Yeah.
And Jamie and Kelsey have been the ones that came out to the tryout. Nobody gets cut. They came out. If they want to put in the effort and have some fun, who am I to tell them they can't play? So they're all made the team. You're going to be playing for the Ogden Whoopie Girls.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And you guys really have kind of taken to that name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whoop the other girls.
Ah. I get it now. And again, for those of you watching and you may not know, the Whoopie Girls is a ambassador for the Ogden Pioneer Days Rodeo that goes back to the early 1900s, isn't it, Kevin? 1920, something like that. And they are female ambassadors for the rodeo, and they were called Whoopie Girls, and they still exist today. So what better way to honor not only the girls playing baseball, but also honor the community by having the Whoopie Girls. And so, okay, back to Kelsey, whatever your name is, and don't lie to me because I'll figure out who you are. What position do you play? And tell me the difference playing that position in shortstop versus baseball.
Sure. So I'm a utility player, but my heart is at shortstop.
Okay.
I play third and second and catcher. But standing there at short just during these practices, it's so different. Like the little details are the difference. The big grand scheme of things, it's pretty much the same, but being out trying to find the ball out of your mitt and make sure you're not palming it,
yeah, because you're still using softball gloves and the ball's, 60% smaller?
It's a lot smaller. So, and after the tryout, I couldn't walk the next day. I was so sore. So it's really taking a toll on my body.
It's funny because yesterday I was out meeting the girls from the other team, which are going to be the Junction City Dolls. They were taking infield, outfield, and hitting ground balls to the third baseman and the shortstop. They were fielding the ball and quickly, as fast as they could, moving their feet to throw the ball to first base. And I kind of reminded the one shortstop, and who's really good, by the way, for Justin's team, that remember, since softball is 60-foot base paths and in baseball it's 90 feet, you have a lifetime of time to actually gather your feet, step and throw, and not have to rush. And I think that's a real adjustment, right,
Yeah.
Jamie?
It has been.
So
For
what
sure.
position are you hoping to play this coming Saturday, next week?
Either catcher or center field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have some really, and it's funny, the tryouts that we had, the Raptors coaching staff actually ran the tryout because I was out of town. Where was I?
You were golfing
I was golfing.
at
Yeah.
the country club.
Oh, that's okay. So I wasn't out of town. I just had something better to do. They actually, their first report they gave me was these gals can play. And hearing it from a major league veteran who pitched in the big leagues for 7 years, that's a pretty good compliment for you gals.
Yeah.
So one serious note I want to talk about: each game we're going to try to raise money for the local community. We, the Raptors, have committed to put up $2,500 for each game. And the first game being July 2nd. We're going to donate that money to the Hope Squad, which is a local charity with the emphasis on the prevention of teen suicide. And anything we can do to play a part in helping a young person not do something that drastic by taking their own lives, that would be worth playing the game itself without even having one person show up. So we're really looking forward to that. We're also going to be asking fans, which are you, when you come to the game, to donate as well. And don't worry about how we're going to do it. We'll let you know when you go and you sit down. I'll have a wireless microphone, so I'll probably try to embarrass you into donating money, because we want to raise money and have a good cause. There's going to be merchandise, limited. A bunch of the stuff we ordered won't be getting here on time, but hopefully we can put that online after the fact. But there'll be some things there to buy, full concession operations. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to have some contests. We're going to try to incorporate the fans. It's totally free. And again, Kelsey, real quick, what time's the game start?
It's July 2nd at 7 p.m. and July 11th at 7:30 p.m.
But if you want to come out before then and meet the gals, on Tuesday the 28th, we're having a media day, kind of a live practice, where both the teams, the Junction City Dolls and the Ogden City Whoopie Girls, will be there. And you could come out and meet everybody and have some fun and walk around the field and tell these girls how great it is that they're going to be playing baseball. So, anything you want to add, Jamie?
And I don't know. I'm so excited. I think this is an incredible opportunity for all these women to go out there and show the fans and show everybody that girls can play baseball. So
Cool.
I'm excited.
Well, I'll be back in just a moment to talk about the second game, which will be on July 11th. But before I let these two gals go, I got to ask them one question. I'm going to put Kelsey on the spot first because I know her more than Jamie. And so Jamie gets a few seconds to think about it. But before you leave, if you had to have lunch or dinner with any person in human history, who would you choose?
Oh man. I would probably say Abraham Lincoln.
Cool. Any particular reason?
Just he's my favorite president.
Cool. I thought you was going to say because of the hat.
No.
Jamie, what about you?
I'm gonna go emotional, and I'm gonna say my grandpa. I miss him dearly.
Oh, that's, yeah, everybody's grandpa.
Yeah.
So we're going to kick these gals out, and in just a few moments, we're going to bring in a couple more guests to continue talking about the League of Their Own tribute games at Linquist Field. So until we see you again, ciao, baby. We'll be right back. I don't bend over for baseball.
I got you. I got two in my pocket.
Because you're the owner, you don't bend
I got two in my pocket.
Guys, back over here. Start runner on first. Just start spread out here. Get your sign, and then come up, come set, and then push off and go. There you go. Doing that forces you to come to a set. You got no other choice. There you go.
And then release.
Yeah. Come to a set. Good.
Hey, nice dig,
I did great out there. Leave me out there, and I'm solid. See, now you're distracting me.
Very good. Nothing wrong with that.
Which this end?
Me, I'm going first. Okay.
We're going to start like 6 at a time.
Oh, I'm running?
And then we'll rotate.
Sorry.
We're going to do some base running right now.
We don't know it.
Well, I'm going to be the third base coach, see. So Jacob's going to hit some, you guys send some people out for defense. Jacob will hit some situational takes, like so runner at first, okay? He'll hit a ball out in the outfield, and I want the runners at first base picking me up, where I send you, or I hold you at the bag, blah, 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 and make sure we cover that properly.
We should probably be explaining that to them.
No, we're good. We'll go over that right. So right now, actually, let's give me give me 8 girls to go play defense. The rest of them come over here to run. I should have done that.
Ball. Stay.
Okay. No, you keep hitting.
I'm so sorry. My bad.
That pitch.
Alright, so you got 2. And Mikey is on field crew. They're here to help. But if you see those YouTube videos, share them with everybody you know. And the more the merrier that come out here. This is, personally, hey, welcome back, guys. We're here talking about the League of Our Own tribute games that we're playing at Linquist Field with 2 girls teams. One, the Ogden City Whoopie Girls, and the Junction City Dolls. A couple of great team names for the local community. I've got a couple of new guests here. I've got Justin Akishi, co-owner of Save On Sporting Goods, and I've got Cheyenne, what's her face?
Johnson.
I don't even know your last name.
Johnson.
Cheyenne Johnson. There you go. And she's also going to be playing for the Whoopi girls as well. We wanted to invite some of the girls from the Junction City Dolls into the studio, but quite frankly, they weren't worthy. So we'll talk to Justin. I'm kidding. Okay, Justin, Save On Sporting Goods and your involvement with this game, go.
So we've been open for 45 years. Next year will be 45 years.
Wow.
We've always been involved with the community, been involved with the Raptors quite a bit. Just thought it would be a great opportunity to show the community that we wanted to be involved in this and be, show our support for the Raptors as well.
Well, one of the interesting things was when we were publicizing this whole tryout that we were having, Justin called me and said, hey, he had a bunch of girls on his traveling softball team and they wanted to come to the tryout, but unfortunately, you were going to be out of town, missing the tryout. And I said, how many girls do you have? And it was roughly...
We had 14 at the time.
Yeah, at the time. I said, well, we've only got 20 girls that have signed up for the tryout, and we might not have enough players, so why don't you just be the other team? And so that's where this kind of morphed in.
Yes.
And Save On Sporting Goods, again, you can't find a better outlet if you're looking for, your whatever gear you might need, whether it's gloves, bats, hats, helmets, socks, shoes, whatever. Justin's crew is outfitting the Raptors team with a lot of spikes, so make sure you head on over to Save On Sporting Goods to support the local community. Anytime we can give our money and leave it at home instead of going out of town, that's the best thing we can do for our community. So we'll be back to Justin in a second. But Cheyenne,
yes,
tell me how you got involved with this game.
Oh, I actually never really played growing up. I played in 5th grade on an all-boys baseball team, and then basketball was my love. So, and then slow pitch softball.
So how you feel over the couple practices that we have? How do you feel you're holding up with the other gals?
I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I'm pretty athletic, so I can kind of get a hang of anything. But it's been fun. All of them have been really helpful and supportive. So.
Do you have a favorite position?
Outfield.
Outfield?
Anywhere outfield.
It's funny. Again, Justin, I was talking earlier about the girls having plenty of time to make a play at short and get over first because it's much longer bases. We found that the girls, the outfielders, it's like they were playing deeper than the men's play.
Yes.
And I was like, come on in, come on. And right now the Junction City Dolls, I think they're a pretty good team. You've assembled a really good club. So, but until, and I would say this for both teams, until we see the backs of our jerseys running to go get the ball, we're gonna play shallow a little bit, make them hit it over your head, right?
That's what we're gonna do, but we're gonna hit it over your head too.
Good. And again, the emphasis is, it's funny because I wanted it to be more of a fun endeavor and not take it too seriously. But these gals, you coach softball, and they don't play for.
They don't play for fun.
They don't play for fun.
No.
They're dead serious.
Yes.
So tell us, the viewers on your team, the Junction City Dolls, tell us who the fans should look for. Who's the ones that you want to emphasize?
I don't know who is going to stand out in this game. We got so many girls from Utah County all the way up through Idaho, and they're here to play. I told them this is a fun game, but they are going after it.
Cool. We want to remind, and Cheyenne knows this, but also the second game is the tribute game is going to be on July 11th. And it's going to be in conjunction with the Triple Crown softball 10U and 12U. I think it's the World Series that is going to be played in Ogden and Weber County. They're going to have their opening ceremonies earlier in the day at the Ogden Amphitheater, and then there's going to be a parade with, I think, 80 plus teams that are coming. And the parade's going to end up at Lindquist Field, where they'll take a lap around the field and end up surrounding the field. And then the Whoopi girls and the Junction City Dolls will be out there, and they'll all stand together for pictures and national anthem and whatnot. Then the kids will go in the stands, and we'll get loose again and go out and play. So we're expecting, probably over 3,000 people on the 11th. And again, we're tying that in to local charities as well. As much fun as we want to have and as much baseball we want you to enjoy, we're also going to try to raise some money for the local community. So this game's going to be dedicated to the Live On campaign. the Ogden Raptors have dedicated their entire season this year to the Live On campaign, which is suicide prevention and awareness to it. And we want everybody to focus on that. So again, we'll be asking people to match our donations. The goal for the 2 games is to raise $10,000. So we can give $5,000 to the Hope Squad and $5,000 to Live On. And if we can do that, could we possibly do something to maybe convince a person that they have value and it's not worth taking their own lives. It doesn't matter what the score of the game is then, does it?
Doesn't matter at all.
Okay. What do you think?
Same.
What position? You said you want to play in the outfield, so I'm trying to figure out where to put her. Which outfield spot would you?
I like center because that's where I've been going during practices. So, but
Well,
anywhere,
there you
I
go.
don't care.
And her, it's interesting. Anyway, on the 11th, I won't be able to be there because I'll be at, where am I going? Pebble Beach? Come on. But there'll be other people there coaching, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So again, mark your calendars. The first game is going to be on Saturday, July 2nd at 7 p.m. The second game is going to be what is July 11th? Monday, July 11th. That's going to be a 7:30 game. Gates open an hour before again, but everybody's welcome to come to the media day workout, which is when, Shai?
Tuesday.
What day?
Tuesday.
What's the date?
The
May or June?
June 28th.
June 28th at
7. Yeah.
7 p.m.
So
Sharp
many
folks.
dates.
They don't come
Yeah.
any sharper than
No.
Anyway, give a little shout out for Save On Sporting Goods. What do you have that people can come and take advantage of?
We've got every team sport. We try to cover all the equipment, jerseys, uniforms, all that sort of stuff. But again, like Dave said earlier, like supporting the local, like that's what's big in today's world for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep the money at home, baby. One final thing for you viewers, the games are totally free. You don't even need a ticket. You just need to show up an hour early when the gates open. There'll be full concession food and beverage. The O-Town Beach Club for your favorite food or drink and your favorite adult beverage will be open. Merchandise, everything else will be there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's funny how a simple idea, when somebody came to me and said, will you show the movie after your game on July 1st? And I just, well, let's do better than that. Let's play. And if we could really get a lot of traction with this and a lot of fan interest to this, we'll put together an entire seasonal schedule next year with 4 to 6 teams play for 10 to 12 weeks. That's how. So these girls know that they're not only there to have fun, and it's part of a promotion, but they're also laying the groundwork for something that could grow into something way better than that. So before I let you go, same question: lunch or dinner with throughout history, who would you pick?
I've got 2. I miss my grandma so much. I'd love to have lunch or dinner with my grandma again. But the Rubin family that started Save On, I miss them day in and day out, and I would love to have that. Right? Mark and Mike, yes.
Shai?
My dad.
Oh.
Yep.
Is he gone?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep.
Too young.
Very young.
Anyway, well, I don't have anything funny and cute to say about either one of those. So I'll simply say to Cheyenne, thank you very much. And to Justin, thank you. And thank you for providing the other team for us. It's going to be really good. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we hope everybody comes out there. And again, we're going to raise some money for a good cause. So on behalf of Justin, Cheyenne, Kelsey, and Jamie, we want to remind you to live on until we see you at the ballpark. Ciao, baby.